Hello, one and all. Third time is the charm for getting me on screen. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to the latest installment of Ranting Racing. I am your host, Jon Phipps, and I am joined, as always, by my esteemed co-host, Landon Rock. Hello, sir. There you are.
Hello.
Yeah. So it's just us for now, though there may be a few others that pop in a little later in the show. So we had a trio of races at the Kansas Speedway over the weekend. We had the ARCA Menards Series, we had the Camping World Truck Series, and we had the NASCAR Cup Series, all in action at Kansas Speedway. And I'm gonna take a little different route to start this. Now, as you know, we focus largely on the trucks, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series. But we had a bit of an interesting situation, shall we say, occur in the ARCA Menards Series event on, I think it was it Saturday in conjunction with the truck race? Saturday, okay. Mm-hmm. So Saturday, we had a pretty keen fight for the lead going on in the ARCA series between Corey Heim and Drew Dollar. Two Atlantans, I might add, or from the Atlanta area. Both of them are Toyota development drivers. So this makes what happened just all that much more, shall we say, awkward. Awkward's the way to put it. So Drew Dollar and Corey Heim racing for the lead at Kansas. They get together, fighting for the lead. Both of them crash out of the event. And I so wish, I'm kicking myself in the ass right now. I so wish I had the video of Fox Sports 1 interviewing Billy Venturini, who is Corey Heim's not only crew chief, but park car owner.
Oh.
But he went after Drew Dollar, calling him a wrecking ball and saying he'll wreck your shit and everything like that. And that started a pretty good glass house type of shouting match on Twitter. And speaking of guests, I don't know, Brett Cox is joining us, and I don't know if he went to Kansas this weekend or not. Brett, were you at Kansas at all this week?
I was not. I would be going to the one in September.
Okay. There you go. So, yeah, you're just in time. We're leading things off on a little different route. We're talking about the Corey Heim Drew Dollar incident. And, so we had a pretty good throwing stones at glass houses type of thing between Billy Venturini and Drew Dollar this weekend. So, gentlemen, Nick Sanchez got the win at Kansas. Nick is doing very
second
well.
win in a row.
Yes, doing very well for himself in the ARCA Menards series. So, gentlemen, take the ARCA Menards series race at Kansas wherever you want to take it. Landon, go first.
So Drew Dollar, not gonna lie, not a huge fan. After what he said on Twitter today, definitely not a big fan, as he was pretty petty. Put out a tweet
funny, of
a screenshot of Racing Reference showing Billy Venturini's ARCA results, and it's like he says something along the lines of just like, "Oh, you've been in the series for this long and haven't being,
Yeah, I
you
think it
sucked
was
or whatever. And I was like, come
I
on,
think
bro. That's some
14
low hanging
years.
fruit.
It was funny though. It's fucking funny.
The whole
Oh
thing's
gosh.
funny, but it's pretty petty to me, and so I'm not a huge fan of it. Other than that, let's go Nick Sanchez, 2 wins in a row.
Yes, Nick is, like I say, doing very well for himself. I think he
And
has
Daniel
Xfinity
Dye got
cre-
reinstated.
Yes, Daniel Dye
Yeah.
did get reinstated. I'm trying to I'm trying to word in the right way what he did that lauded his
He got
getting
into an
suspended.
altercation with a classmate in Florida where
Alter-
he got shoved and then he went to go punch someone in the testicles and popped his testicle and got charged with assault.
So yeah, long story short, he busted one of his friend's nuts. So
Oh my god.
yeah, so Landon went the PC route with it. I said it as it was. He busted his friend's anyway. So I don't want this to be I don't want this to be X-rated. So goodbye monetization. So anyway, Brent, what did you, if you caught the ARCA race, what did you make of it?
I wasn't able to watch the ARCA race because I actually had work on Saturday
Okay.
afternoon. But I was able to catch the Billy Venturini's comments. I have not seen the tweets actually from Drew Dollar yet. I haven't seen those, but I've seen the Venturini comments on the interview, which was a spicy interview, by the way.
Oh yes. Classic Venturini.
And actually, as we say here, I have not seen the actual incident that caused all this. I actually don't know what caused any of this. All I know is the Billy Venturini interview, and that's all I know. And
gentlemen, fire up your Twitter browser.
One thing I will say though, a lot of people talk shit about ARCA. I love ARCA. I think ARCA is one of my favorite series, believe it or not. And Kansas is. I've always thought Kansas is one of the best mile and a half. So I may be biased there, but I think Kansas is one of the best mile and a half tracks. And I think ARCA does really well on ARCA for the most, or ARCA does really well at Kansas for the most part. And I haven't seen anything from the race. Like I said, I haven't seen the incident, but if I were to guess, there was probably some good racing at Kansas.
There was some great racing in that ARCA event. And I agree with you. ARCA at Kansas has gave us a lot of great racing, a lot of wild moments over the years.
There's a reason why it was the championship finale race for a long time. I don't think it still is. I think it's Phoenix now, but for the longest time, Kansas was the finale for ARCA. I was at the ARCA race in 2012 when Chris Buescher won the ARCA championship. So
that was the same one that Chad Boat flipped in a
Lap
Ken
2.
Schrader car. Yeah, lap 2. Jesus Christ! I didn't know it was that early in the race.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, my one gripe about ARCA is that I wish they had the car counts of like 15 years ago, but like with the talent and everything now, because we've joked in our world for a long time. Excuse me, about ARCA. My body's sabotaging me at the moment. But we've joked a lot in our world over the years about ARCA and how, nobody fucking hits the brakes. Oh, it's no talent, this, that, and the other. They've really cleaned up their act in the last several years. They've really cleaned up their act. If they had the car counts of 15 years ago with the talent pool of today, I think it would really be a very interesting series. Of course, it's already an interesting series, but just to have the car counts of way back when would be awfully nice.
Would make it better.
I value ARCA. I value ARCA with a lot of NASCAR stuff. I actually think NASCAR's acquisition of ARCA has actually hurt it. I loved ARCA as its own entity. I grew up watching Bobby Gerhardt, Frank Kimmel.
I still remember
the mid 2000s to 2010s ARCA guys were, guys that I love to watch. And some of them are still around. Brad Smith has been in ARCA for years and years and years, since the 90s, I think. So maybe since the 80s. He's still in ARCA, still racing to this day.
And he's basically the one that's keeping James Hilton's team alive, because the reason he bought all of James's stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Still racing.
That's why he runs a 48.
Yep. God, you mentioned Gerhardt and Kimmel and all of them. I can still see that. I can still see the pork wagon, that red Ford with the 46. Yeah. God, Kimmel kicks so much ass in that thing.
Anytime he went to a plate track, Daytona or Talladega, and in about 2006 all the way to probably about 2011, 2012, Bobby Gerhardt's going to be in the lead.
Hell yeah.
That guy dominated road course or plate tracks for the longest time in ARCA. That 5 Lucas Oil car was fast.
I miss him. I remember when I knew he did good in ARCA, and he would always enter a few Xfinity races every year too. He'd always enter the plate
usually
race.
Did plate races on trucks too. Yep, I remember doing that a few times.
Oh yeah,
dirt race for a couple of years.
Yeah, he was in the Mittler Brothers truck, the 63.
Yep.
God, that was a wild race. So, man, we're getting down memory lane here. But we gotta get forward here. So we had the ARCA series, we had the trucks, and we had a bit of drama even before the race started. Stuart Friesen, I don't know for sure what happened with Friesen, but I think his
just
plane got
issues.
hung up in like bad weather or something like that, and it was looking a bit iffy if he could even make the race. Bubba Wallace practiced and qualified his truck, put it 5th on the grid, but Stewart got to the track, and all went pretty well at Kansas for the trucks. Zane Smith bags him another win. Oh my gosh. So Zane Smith bags him a win, and really that was it. He was about the only one that showed up. Corey Heim jumped up there early on, but he had some issues. I think he was in a crash. He hit the wall. Zane Smith wound up dominating, got the win. And one of us, I think Brett maybe, might have picked Ty Majeski. Someone picked Ty Majeski to win the truck race. He got second out of all of that.
I don't remember, actually. I know I picked a Thor Sport truck. I just don't remember who.
I think I picked Eckes.
I'm opening the sheet.
Okay.
I don't remember who I
Landon
picked.
Landon is our
I picked Hocevar. You picked Eckes, Jordan picked Friesen, and Brent picked Majeski.
Okay.
You did pick Majeski.
Okay. I can't remember. I just remember just saying a generic Thor Sport truck's going to win. I just remember saying that.
So, boys, what did you think about the truck race at Kansas?
Pretty lackluster, to be honest. I was expecting more. Like Brent said, I think Kansas is one of the best mile and a halves. It's always put on great racing, especially for trucks. But I don't know. It wasn't a terrible race. It was just kind of meh. And then other than that, I would love to see Zane Smith keep this going and get front row a championship. That would be awesome.
That would be.
I love that team.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's got it. He's got the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
He beat a KBM truck on a mile and a half. He's got the speed.
This is his third win of the year? Second?
Yep, already.
Third win of the year already for that 38 team. And the 38 team, they've been around for a long time. They had Todd Gillen the first couple of years, and then Zane Smith popped in, which makes me wonder too. Well, I don't know. I was going to say possibly Zane Smith to Cup, but Todd Gillen just got there. And I don't know. I don't think
Zane Smith needs a little bit of, I was going to say Zane Smith needs to run Xfinity a little bit, but Todd did that jump, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that, of course, to be fair, Todd had the daddy connection there because David ran it front row as well and hooked him up. Zane don't have that, though. Zane did come about that
got
close
talent.
to running for Ganassi. So, did come that close to running for Ganassi.
Almost.
So, Brent, what did you make of that truck race?
So I'm actually going to say something a little controversial with this. I like the truck race better than the cup race this weekend. I thought it was better. Just overall, we didn't have as many issues with, and something we're going to talk about here in a little bit. We didn't have so many issues with a certain part of the car that a certain manufacturer makes that is on a contract year, so they better watch their asses. And but I thought it was, good, clean 1.5 mile racing, which is what you should expect from this kind of racetrack. I don't think it was necessarily boring. I actually enjoyed it. Someone's calling me. Let me mute that real quick. But I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a good truck race. Not really much you can say about it. I mean, just a straightforward 1.5 mile race.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Brent touched on the cup race, and we will get to that now. And I must say, it made me fucking happy to see not only Kurt Busch get the win, but to see 2311 get their first true legitimate win. I know face. No, I'm talking. I shouldn't say legitimate because Bubba's win was just as legitimate as Kurt's. I mean, their first win,
a green finish.
Their first win at a track where it didn't come down to chance. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking.
I see where you're coming from. I still not fully agree, but I see where you're coming from. I get it.
Yeah. I didn't think you would agree fully, but yeah, 2311 gets their first ever 1.5 mile win. Kurt Busch keeps his streak going. I think he's had wins in all but 3 of the. No, I take that back. Yeah, well,
of his teams.
I was thinking of a streak, but he'd gone 3 or 4.
Oh, I get
seasons. You. Yeah, he'd gone 3 or 4 winless seasons. But yeah, so Kurt gets the win, and man, he and Kyle Larson, it looked like was gonna have a hell of a duel for the win, and then Larson had. Look, I will put that save that Larson had off 2 against anything, and it will hold up. I think the only one that might have that save topped is when Kyle Busch had that save at Kentucky 5 or 6 years ago. You know what I'm talking about?
For me, I think it compares to Kyle Busch, 2012 Daytona.
Yep. Yes, did it twice.
Yep. And the shootout.
God. I'm still not over that as a Tony Stewart fan, but I digress. So
I was a Gordon fan, so we was upside down. So I mean,
that save was really cool. However, I got to admit, it was not the best save of the weekend.
Oh, what's your nominee for save of the weekend?
Colton Herta, IndyCar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we'll touch on Indy. I forgot that IndyCar ran this weekend. Where were they?
Indy.
That
Indy
thing
GP.
was sick.
Oh, Indy GP. Oh.
Yep.
I thought the Indy GP was next week. I thought the Indy GP was next week. I'm so used to because I know when they first started the Indy GP, they would run it I think they'd run it the week before the 500. But I guess it's 2 weeks.
They gotta have time for the qualifying and carb day and all that.
That's true. That's true. So we'll talk about IndyCar as well. But while we're on, so by the way, I make no bones about this. I hate Denny Hamlin. I hate Denny Hamlin. I just hate Denny Hamlin. But it was really freaking cool to see him. Everything came together after Kurt did his burnouts and came down pit road. Kyle was there, his brother Kyle Busch there to meet him. Hamlin was there getting interviewed. I think Bubba might have even showed up too. By the way, how about the 2311 cars bookending the top 10?
Yeah, that's cool.
And Bubba
should have been better, but Bubba had a
Yeah.
slip up on pit road.
Right.
He had several slip ups on pit road, but he
Yeah,
dug
just
his way
was
back
not
out
great.
every
That team
single
was
time.
struggling.
He dug. Look, he dug his way back out every time. So,
Yep.
boys, what did you think about that race at Kansas for the Cup cars? Landon is smiling already. Go with it.
I'll let Brent go. I know he's got a rant about Goodyear.
Oh yeah.
Ever since, no, this is a legitimate grievance, and it's something that they definitely do need to work on, especially if they're going to be in a contract year and they want to have this ongoing relationship with NASCAR and Goodyear continue.
Yeah.
They've developed this new tire for this car this year, for this car for this year in the future.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot less sidewall and a lot more tire width.
Mm-hmm.
Something is messing up with this. We've had way too many tire issues, whether it's tires going off of the actual stud of the off the hub because of these single lugs failing, or these tires just shredding out of nowhere. And there's no right for. I listening to the radio a little bit this weekend, particularly on the 9 and the 51, and when Chase's tire went, there was no rhyme or reason. Chase said, "I don't know why this blew. We weren't racing aggressively. It just went." And Gustafson said, "Yeah, it's just inconsistency with the manufacturing, which is Goodyear." And so there's a big problem going on right now, and we can't have these issues continue because somebody is going to get into a really bad accident and could get hurt. And I don't want that to happen.
Yep.
I don't want that to happen with these cars. I mean,
all it takes is for one cut tire to have another Ross Chastain Fontana practice kind of crash.
Yeah, or worse.
I mean, these cars, they can take a hit. We've seen it time and time again. Yes. But at the same time, these cars are a bit stiffer than what we always seen. This is the reason why they had to work on the cars once the crash test dummy, which the video has been released, by the way, this week of the actual crash test at Talladega. Mm-hmm. And even then, and they did some tweaks on it and to make it better, and it is a lot better than what it was originally. The cars are still stiffer, which means that impact is still going to the drivers. Mm-hmm. And it's not going to take as much of a hard hit in order for a driver to get hurt as it would be in the Gen 6, because the Gen 6 crumbled. This car does not. And we don't need Goodyear to have these tire failures. And I'm not saying we need a tire war. But what I'm saying is I don't like monopolies, and this is the reason why. Just like we see Lionel having terrible quality diecast now because they have no competition, we see terrible quality tires on the racetrack because Goodyear has no competition. And something needs to change. Something needs to change, or they're going to lose this contract. They're going to get up. I wouldn't be surprised when they will be renewed. I will not be surprised if this contract is a much smaller time frame than the one they're currently on.
Yeah. I'll counter that by saying this. Is it so much the tires as it is like weight distribution?
It's tires
like that.
It's got to be tires. These cars are it's got to be tires. And the reason why is because these cars are so evenly balanced when it comes to just skew and all that. You can see it on the Gen 6. I mean, look at a Gen 6 diecast. Flip it upside down and look on it one side and the other. You see they're like this. And you won't get that with the Gen. You don't get that with the next gen. It's perfectly centered around. And no matter what in racing, if you're making a left turn type racing like circuit racing is, no matter what, whether you're on dirt, whether you're on asphalt, you're still going to have bigger right side tires. That's just how racing works on oval tracks. But even then, the weight distribution is it's got like a perfect center of gravity on these cars. That's not going to make a difference. It's just the tires themselves being a new design. They're having these problems with it. We're a quarter of the way through the season already, and we still have not fixed these issues. Also, fix the beaching of the cars. There's no reason why. There is absolutely no reason why a car spins out on asphalt or on solid ground and is beached and stuck and has to get pushed or towed back to the garage. There's no reason for that to happen.
And fucking Chase Elliott almost dug in and flipped off his blown tire. So
absolutely shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So I do want to note, they said that they're bringing the exact same tire compound to the All-Star race this weekend. So
we'll see what happens. I mean, Texas,
yeah, we'll see.
Texas might be a little different kettle of fish.
When was Texas' last repave?
It might be
2017.
2017. So it's a newer surface in Kansas. Kansas's last repave was 2012. And so it's going to be a little bit newer surface. I don't think we're going to say as much tire wear, but I still think it's going to be a problem. Even with a shorter race, I still think we're going to get problems because it seems like they're just failing for no rhyme or reason, and there's no consistency whatsoever. It just happens randomly. We're going to see it again, and hopefully it opens up NASCAR's eyes or Goodyear's eyes and says, hey, there's something seriously wrong here, and we need to fix this.
Yeah.
Because if not, we're just going to have this all year, and it's just going to be a disaster. Imagine if we go to Phoenix, and the championship is decided because of a random tire blow in turn 3 with 5 laps to go in the race. That'd be fucking terrible. So I don't want to see that happen.
Same.
You were mentioning earlier too about the single lug wheels. I know we saw that issue come up with Eric Jones's team trying to get everything going.
That's more of the opposite of what we have been seeing. We've been seeing a lot of tires come off of cars. This one would not come off, and
that one wouldn't come off.
I think it was just more of a freak accident in this incident. Maybe it got cross-thread or something. That's the only thing I can think of that could cause this to happen. And even Jordan was saying the same thing, and Jordan's a tire man. So I think that's more of a freak. And now if we start seeing that more consistently, then NASCAR might want to look at this and say, hey, this is the thing. I'm still not a fan of the single lug thing because we've seen so many problems with it this year already. But I understand why we're doing it. I understand why it's a thing. I'm just, until they get these things worked out and everything, I'm not a fan of it.
One more funny tidbit, and then I'll toss it to Landon for his things. We had 2 drivers who drive the number 43 wind up busting nuts.
Okay.
I had to go there. Landon's gonna need therapy. See, normally it's Brent that I worry about popping off off the out of the pocket stuff, but I'm the one that's doing it now. I'm in a good mood. Man. So Landon, before we get permanently banished from YouTube, please give your views about the Cup race at Kansas.
Well, don't worry, I won't be talking about any kind of nuts or anything.
You just did,
but fuck. But anyways,
there you go.
Kurt Busch, let's go. Got his yearly win, hopefully more, and he has won in a Dodge, a Ford, a Toyota, and a Chevy. He's the first one to win in all 4 of the modern era until next year when Honda joins and then breaks all that. But but
I was going to bring that up here in a minute. But
wait a minate. Is that legit?
No. Hold on.
No,
I got the scoop on that. But so to kind of add to, I don't mean to keep interrupting, but to kind of add to Lamy's point there, at the beginning of the year, I predicted, I think I said this in the pod chat, so Lamy could even attest for this. I said we will have 3 23-11 wins this year, and all 3 would be Kurt. This is the first, so we'll see if that continues.
I think Bubba will get one too, and I think Kurt will get at least one more.
Bubba was struggling a little bit at the beginning of the season. He looks to be turning it around now and having a little bit better runs, but maybe a little better setup. So hopefully, but we'll see.
Speaking of Jordan, look who just showed up.
Why are you outside?
Howdy.
Hey,
I'm walking home from the grocery store.
He's walking home from the grocery store, but he is here just in time to join us. Jordan, I don't guess you went to Kansas either, did you?
I wish I would have.
Yeah, Brent didn't get to go, and you didn't get to either. So I was hoping we get at least one person here that had boots on the ground to cover everything. So
we'll have to stay tuned when it comes to the fall race, but no plans are in motion yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, Brent's in the same boat you are in that regard.
I go to the same. I go to the it's September this year, but it used to be October. The fall Kansas race every year, so I do expect to go this year again.
I'm so used to that Kansas race being in October. It's gonna throw me off to see that thing in September now. That thing has been in October since I was a fucking kid. So
yeah.
Anyway, so boys, we are coming up on All-Star Weekend, which is at Texas Motor Speedway. Why it's at Texas Motor Speedway, I still don't know. It should be at Charlotte. Then I would be the one who'd have his boots on the ground. And then anyway, I'm just grasping it. I'm just punching air at this point. So we have
Talk your
obviously
shit,
the
King.
we
Yes,
have
sir. Like
obviously
Joe Nutsang.
we have the All-Star race. Oh, Jordan, you and Brent, I'm telling you, because we touched on Daniel Dye getting reinstated earlier, and we touched on Eric Jones, his crew having issues with the single lug. And I was saying earlier that we have now 2 drivers of the 43 that have both busted nuts.
True. Only Dave Mader was in Cup.
Oh, so yeah, if we get banished from YouTube, this episode will be the reason why. So, at any rate, we have the All-Star race for the Cup Series, and well, in years past, the trucks were the night before when they were at Charlotte, and I still wish they'd have run the trucks the day of the All-Star race when it was at Charlotte. Would have made a more interesting ticket, but at any rate, we have the trucks and we have Xfinity at Texas this week, along with the Cup cars for the All-Star race. So we have some pretty interesting predictions, and then we will touch on IndyCar at the Indy GP, and then I have an announcement to make at the tail end of this. So we'll start with the Landon, first of all, I will need you to check and see if entry lists have been released.
They should be by now.
Okay, so Landon.
Usually they are on Mondays.
Gentleman, I should say, fire. You get what I'm saying. My brain has been mush this entire week. So if I see, this is why I'm so out of the pocket. My mind is just gone at this rate. So Landon,
that's a lot of geese.
That was a random thought by Jordan. By the way, I'm noticing just now, why do you look like Joey Logano?
Who?
No.
Why does Jordan look like Joey Logano?
Oh, I'm going to kill myself.
Oh, now we're really going here too. Oh God.
Ranting Racing.
Okay.
Frick tab. I love how we still make those off frick tab jokes when Boyd has not been with Logano in literally 5 years. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Tab Boyd's with Stenhouse now. I think he moved on from Byron. He's with Stenhouse now. So Landon, is the entry lists out?
I don't know. I thought Brent was looking that up.
I am.
Okay. Well, and we have a few folks watching here. For those of you who are watching, and by the way, hello in advance, Replay Squad. We are out of the pocket tonight.
The All-Star Open entry list is out.
That's it?
I'm checking now.
Okay.
I do not see the actual All-Star race, but I see the Open entry list.
Well,
it'll just be your playoff guys and your pole sitters and winners, I think, won't it?
Thank
last
you,
year.
Jordan.
From last year.
I think so. I know that's how they did the Clash, but I don't know if that's how they did the All-Star as well. So,
well, all the heavy hitters are going to be in it anyways.
Do you want me to say? Do you want me to say who the Open drivers are? There are 16 total.
Go for it.
So the Open drivers are Austin Dillon, Corey LaJoy, Tyler Reddick, Garrett Smithley in the 15, Chris Buescher, Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland, Cole Custer, Ty Dillon, Eric Jones, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Cody Ware, Landon Castle,
Yes,
BJ
sir.
McLeod, and Daniel Suarez. Those are your open cars.
So we'll get to the open and the overall all-star in a bit. So we'll start with the we'll start with the trucks, and we'll start with Landon and go clockwise as we normally do. Landon, who's your pick for the truck race?
Let's go with Ty Majeski.
So you're stealing Brent's pick, and Jordan, I'm going to mute you until it's your turn, just so we don't pick up road noise and stuff like that. So Jordan is on mute for now. So Landon has picked Ty Majeski. Brent, who you picking for the truck race at Texas?
First off, one thing we forgot to mention during the truck race, Matt DiBenedetto getting 7th place at Kansas last weekend.
Yes.
Top
yes,
10. Top 10. That's my guy in the truck, so that's super
Bibby
cool.
doing it. That team's slowly turning around too. I know they had a pretty rough go of it to start the year, but they're starting to put things together a little bit, starting to turn things around. Dibby finally got a top 10 without half the field crashing, so that's good. So Brent, who is your pick for trucks at Texas?
So my pick for trucks is actually going to be Chandler Smith.
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all. So Jordan, what say you?
I am away from the road now, so we should be good.
Okay.
God, I don't want to pick Stewie again because I curse him every time I do.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, he'll fucking be throwing up a lung this weekend at Texas if you pick him.
But that's a nice 5-0. It's distracting. I know who's going to win that race, but I don't want to pick him.
Wait a minute. Is this a Kyle Busch race?
No, I'm talking about, well, I mean, if it is, then fair enough.
No.
I was referring to the Ford truck. But
John Hunter?
Yeah.
I don't want to pick him. So. Fuck Jon Hunter. So
I'm with you.
I will go ahead and pick shit. It's just kind of like, you know what? Fuck it. This can be Hocevar's race.
All right. So Hocevar, he's going with, and I think he picked Hocevar Landon picked Hocevar last week. So I'm not going to go the obvious route either. There's two obvious choices. Of course, Jon Hunter and Zane Smith, and I'm not going to pick either of them. And I picked Chris Jackus last week, so I'm not going to pick him again. Texas has been known for giving us a bit of craziness in the trucks. Wild finishes, wild wrecks, things like that. And I think it's going to give us
over for no reason.
Yeah. So I think this race is going to give us a bit of an interesting winner as well. Pencil me in, and I'm probably going to regret picking this person, but I am going to say
Jesse Iwuji.
No.
Trey Hunter.
No. No.
Haley Deegan.
I am going to pick Grant Enfinger.
I was thinking about Grant. I was thinking about Enfinger.
Not a bad choice.
Enfinger did us pretty good at Texas. So we will focus our attention now toward Xfinity at Texas. And again, we'll start with Landon and we'll go clockwise again.
Let's go for... Oh, I really don't want to pick him.
Yeah, I know who you're going to pick. I know he's going to pick Ty Gibbs. You might as well say it.
No, I'm trying to keep on the trend of not doing the same driver, so I was thinking his teammate Brandon Jones.
Interesting. So, Brant, what say you about Xfinity at Texas?
You know, I was thinking about it. I wasn't entirely sure who I was going to go with. There was one driver I thought would be obvious pick for me, but I think I'm going to go with his teammate. I'm going to go with Josh Berry.
Ooh, Barry. That's not a bad pick at all. Jordan, what say you? Landon. Oh, I want that diecast. I'm going to reach into this screen.
It's autographed.
I'm going
to. Is that the only Hillman diecast I've ever made?
They made one of the cars for sale car as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the yellow one.
I've seen that one. I've seen that one.
I also don't know if they made that in 1/24th scale.
Jordan picks Landon, and for me, I think, I believe I will pick AJ Allmendinger.
That's a good pick.
It's a good pick.
That's a good one.
So this is one of the rare times where we have a 2-part pick for the Cup Series. We'll start with the Open, and then we'll hit on the All-Star race itself. So for the Open event, Brent read off the entry list of that event earlier. Landon, who do you pick to win the Open?
Real quick, I think it's important to say that this should be the winner at the checkered flag, not a stage.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's true. That is true. I forgot. So hold on a second.
I don't know though, because if you win a stage, you get knocked out of the race because you're locked in.
So that's why I think we should do it that way. Who do you think is not good enough to win?
I think it should be whoever.
No,
well, I mean, if you win the Open, you're still in. You're still winning that stage.
Let's
I think it should be whoever you pick. If they win one of the stages, you get in.
Let's do this.
That way you don't have to pick like 3 people.
Well, damn, you just sniped my idea. So what I was going to say is I was going to suggest we pick the stage winner in the Open and then the overall. So, but then there'd be
2 stage winners.
2 stage winners.
Overall, and then a fan vote. So there's 4 picks. So like, I think it's just you pick someone who you think is going to get into the All-Star. And if they get in through a stage win, winning the Open or the vote, you get it.
Okay, how about this? Well, damn. No one's ever accused me of planning ahead for this. So
I'm okay with, just to keep it from getting confused, just the Open winner.
All right. So we'll do Open winner, and then let's do fan vote winner as well. So we'll see we'll pick who gets in, we think wins the overall Open, and then who gets in through the fan votes. So Landon, go first.
Suarez
to win, and who through the fan vote?
So it's going to be someone who doesn't win one of those.
Just say Cody Ware. I know that's who's going to get it.
I know who I want to say, but I'm not going to say it.
I'm a Cody Ware fan. I don't think that's true.
I'm a Landon Castle. We ain't making it either.
Have y'all no faith. Anyway,
I voted every day.
Who else is in the Open? I literally don't remember.
Both the RCR cars, Eric Jones, Daniel. I think those are your guys that are going to win stage.
Haley.
Yeah, Justin, Corey, Landon, Cody, the 15, whoever may be in it.
Smithley. Gillen's in it.
Yep, Todd.
I'm going super non-happening, but maybe, I don't know, fan vote winner, Corey LaJoy. Let's go.
I could see that. I could definitely
see Corey getting a fan vote.
I could see Corey getting a fan vote.
So, Landon, you said Corey for the fan vote and Suarez for the overall checkers?
Just winning one of the stages, getting in to the All-Star.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll do that then. So, Brant, what about you?
So, I think when I look at Texas Motor Speedway, I think a track What track has a driver been pretty successful at? That's very close to it. And I think of a driver that actually has won at Texas Motor Speedway and won the lower series, has had success at a similar track, that being Charlotte, actually had won the Coke 600 before. I'm going to go with the overall winner for the All-Star Open, Austin Dillon.
Austin won at Texas in Cup.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
2 years ago, yeah.
There we go. That's right. And
where he and was Hemrick
Reddick.
in the 8th? Yeah, Hemrick was in the 8th then.
So,
No, it was
They
Reddick.
finished 1-2.
With RCR's performance getting better throughout this season, I think I could 100% see Austin Dillon winning the Open.
Yep.
Now with the fan vote, I think the winner of the fan vote is going to be Daniel Suarez.
I could see that. So, Jordan, what about you?
Well, how I'm thinking is my vote has been set for the winner since we started this conversation. I'm basing off the checkered flag. I think Eric Jones wins the Open at the checkered flag, but my fan vote prediction would have been Suarez, but I think Suarez and Reddick win the stages. So
I didn't think about that.
I think that the fan vote winner is also going to be Corey LaJoie.
I didn't think about that.
I thought you were going to take his teammate.
I want to, but I have to be realistic here. We ain't gonna get it.
So, for the overall checkered flag,
I hate that.
I've got 2 bold picks in mind, and I'm waffling between them. Though I think both of them are really capable of doing it.
All right, let me just say, I fucking hate this format.
I do too.
Yeah,
I think we should just have we should have an open race with the open drivers, and it like a heat, and the top 4, top 5 transfer, and that's it. And then it's just the All-Star race. That's the way I think we should do it. It makes it so much easier.
Amen.
But whatever.
So
it'd be a lot better if I did, but I don't.
Okay, so my 2 bold predictions for the overall checkered flag in the Open. I'm torn between 2. All right, Landon, who do you think I'm going to say? Who do you think I'm going to say?
I know who you're not going to say, and it's a criminal charge that the fact that he's not going to get picked. Reddick.
No, I have Reddick winning one of the stages.
Well, that's what I base my pick off of. I think basing it off of who wins the checkers is stupid.
Yeah, so for the overall checkered flag, I have 2 bold choices that I'm waffling on. Justin Haley and Ty Dillon.
No.
Though if we're being realistic and just going off performance, I think I'll lean toward Haley to get the overall checker, and then the fan vote. Haley to get the overall checker, and I think I'm going to go with Landon and Jordan. I think LaJoie gets the fan vote.
Damn.
I guess I could 100% see LaJoie getting the fan vote. Like,
I hope he does. He's 100%. A good guy.
He's a character. He's got a really good personality.
But
he's got a really popular podcast. I could 100% see him getting.
I think I'm speaking for all of us though when I say if he doesn't win a stage of the race, Daniel Suarez is getting the fan vote.
Hell yes,
absolutely.
For the record,
that's
for
the only reason I didn't choose Suarez.
Yeah, for the record, for me, I have Reddick and I have Suarez winning the stages.
That's how I went.
All right. And Haley for the overall checkers. So, All-Star race, the main thing, the whole kit and caboodle for $1 million. Landon, we'll start with you, and we'll go clockwise. That face.
Yeah.
For the overall,
it's the name that's been in my head since we started, and I don't like it.
Dennis James Hamlin.
No. Byron.
I'm indifferent on Byron, though I don't think Byron. I don't think Byron's gonna win.
Oh, I think he is.
So Landon has Byron picked. Brant, what about you?
So I think the All-Star winner is going to be the brother to this weekend's winner. I think Kyle Busch is going to win the All-Star race.
Kyle Busch to win the million.
2 unfortunate picks.
Yeah, but Kyle Busch is really good at Texas.
Oh, he's
true. Really good at Texas.
I'll be honest, when I was walking home, I was thinking about this, and I was going to pick Kyle as well. But now he's off the table. And
all right, Jordan.
I like to have a little bit of fun. We do a little trolling. And I'll consider this an omen that this arrived today in the mail.
Oh,
and we're going to go way out of pocket.
Oh, boy. What is this? Oh, Briscoe.
Briscoe. I don't think that's super out of pocket.
Yeah, Briscoe.
In his first appearance, I think Briscoe will make it.
Okay. So, my pick's going to be a little outside the pocket. Well, it's not going to be all that far outside the pocket. I think that my pick for the All-Star.
You better do more than just think it's your pick for the All-Star.
No, I know this is my pick for the All-Star, I feel, is going to pull the Michael Waltrip. Get in through the open, then win it all. Give me Tyler Reddick to win the million.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
I would love that so much.
I will say right now, Tyler Reddick is the third place of the average drivers at Texas Motor Speedway since February 2019. So he's in third place, only behind Harvick and Kyle Busch. So,
I'm surprised none of us picked Harvick.
SHR is struggling.
I think that Kevin's going to struggle. I think Kevin's going to struggle all day, and I think Kyle's going to overdrive it into a problem.
That's the only reason why I said that Briscoe pick's not a great one in my opinion, just because SHR as a total is not good right now.
Yeah,
but Briscoe has been all right.
Yeah, yes,
he's been the best.
He's been the best of the SHR car, but it's not even close.
Almirola's starting
Hendrick
to get there
and
too.
Penske and all the other major.
Yeah, Almirola's starting to get.
We saw it this weekend. JGR. I mean, I won't say that. I hate how people have been saying, "Oh, they're struggling." They haven't been. They just haven't been there all the time. They've been a little bit down, but they haven't been struggling.
They struggled at the start of the season.
Then they pulled up this weekend, and every single Toyota finished in the top 10. So, maybe Ford will flip that switch.
Maybe.
HR. Maybe they'll figure something out. Maybe Cody Ware will win the All-Star race. We may not.
Brett, we would never hear from. We would never
I think
hear.
Bren would have a
again.
coronary.
Yeah, I was gonna say he will never hear from him again if that happens.
If Cody Ware wins a race this year, I will go on Ranting Racing and do a shoey. I will do that. I will do it.
For once,
You'll do a shoey out of an autographed Cody Ware racing shoe.
I don't have to. I have a racing. I have 2 pairs of racing shoes. So I mean, I have racing shoes. I don't want them to smell like beer, but
in before Cody Ware pulls a David Rudiman and wins the 600 on a rain out.
Hey, a promise is a promise. If that happens,
there you go.
I will do it. I will go here live on the Monday, that Monday afterwards, and do a shoe.
There's some content.
So to wrap up this week's episode, I have an announcement to make. So, as y'all know here, North Wilkesboro Speedway is coming back. They're doing late model races on the asphalt later this summer, I should say. Then they're going to rip up the asphalt, run on the dirt this fall.
I'm excited for that.
Repave it again in time for the spring. Now, this ties into something that I'm wanting to do. There is an open house at North Wilkesboro this Wednesday evening. And I'm knocking on all the wood that I get to go, because I'm going to finally put into motion an idea that I've had in my head for over a year now. Do a mini documentary of sorts about the Speedway.
Oh, cool.
And this will tie into Ranting Racing. I'm not sure exactly yet how, but it will. But yeah, this is something that I've wanted to do. And at this open house, I mean, it's full out. I mean, you can walk the track. They're giving tours. They've got show cars there. I'm pretty sure they're doing a meet and greet session there as well. So
that's cool.
It's a whole It's a whole thing. And now I have been in the place one time before when they reopened it the first time back in 2010, though I wasn't there for a race itself. I was there for a tractor pull, if you can believe that. I was that by hand to God, I was there for a tractor pull in the infield, but I got to walk around the track. I don't believe this was long after Top Gear had filmed there, because you could see like donuts and shit in some parts of it. You could see the skid marks in the corners from where they ate up from that old rough surface, ate up their tires, Clarkson and them. But yeah, I'm gonna get back there. I'm hopefully gonna get back there. Gonna take a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, see what I can get, and then piece everything together. It's gonna take some time. It's definitely going to take some time to put everything together, but I think in the end it will all come out swimmingly. And on that bombshell, we end this week's episode.
I got one more news story that we hinted at earlier, but we got to talk about still.
Okay.
So a tweet came out over this weekend from Adam Stern, the COO of NASCAR. Steve Phelps had a, what do they call it, like a state of the speedway or some shit like this. It was a NASCAR state of the sport. That's what it was. A NASCAR version of the State of the Union. They announced there, Steve Phelps announced it that they are, quote, close to the finish line of a new manufacturer. Yes. Now there's no names that are even in the, there's no names like even on the table right now, but there's a couple possibilities. The most rumored one right now, and the one that Adam Stern seemed to lean towards quite a bit, is the return of Dodge.
Yes.
Now, the reason for this is they're saying that the return of Dodge is heavily rumored with, believe it or not, either Stewart-Haas Racing going to Dodge or Richard Childress Racing.
Yeah, that's been the rumor for like 8 years, that Childress would go to Dodge if they ever came back. So
now imagine the Dale Earnhardt 3 on a Dodge.
Yes, please.
My thing is,
yes, please.
I don't think Childress would ever leave Chevy.
I don't think so either. I think if Stewart-Haas Racing is
far, it'd be like Ralph,
especially with Tony Stewart's new drag team. They're running Dodge and Mopar, so
that's why.
Yes,
I think SHR is more likely.
Yep.
And they said that's what he said, is they are, quote, close to the finish line on a new manufacturer. So we'll have to see what that is. I mean, we've heard this time and time again. So I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I'll believe it when I see it at this point, because we heard this 4 years ago, and then we heard this.
We've heard this every year.
We heard this after Dodge left. We heard that, there's going to be a new manufacturer replacing it to become the fourth manufacturer.
I want Dodge.
We've heard this every year.
We heard this. We heard this when Stewart-Haas Racing went to Ford. We heard this saying, they're going to bring a new manufacturer, and they're going to bring Dodge back. And here we are again.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. But the fact that it's coming from Steve Phelps gives me a little bit more optimism, because it's not just garage rumors at this point. There's actual on the table talks behind the scenes, and there is something actually happening. I do know that NASCAR spoke with the head execs of Fiat Chrysler when they had an event with Ferrari at Daytona about 3 years ago. This was like in January or something like this. And they were trying to make the world record for the most Ferraris in one event. And they spoke with Ferrari, which is Fiat Chrysler Association. And there was ongoing talks, and I think that's where the talks kind of started. And there's probably talks off and on ever since then. And they said they are close to the finish line. I do think it will be Dodge. As much as I would love to see a Honda Accord stock car in real life, like what I race in POG, I will say I do think Dodge's return is probably imminent with the electrification components that NASCAR wants to do in the future, and Dodge saying that they're going to go fully electric in a few years, like in 10 years or something like that, which I hate, by the way. I fucking hate electric cars. I think dumbest fucking things in the world. But
All right, Clarkson.
Yeah, I do think that this is something big.
By the way, speaking of Ferrari and things coming to motorsports, when is Ferrari ever going to make the jump to IndyCar? I want to see that.
Who knows? That's like the Dodge that's like the Dodge going to NASCAR thing on the IndyCar world. Yep. They've been saying Ferrari is going to go to IndyCar for at least 10 years now. And At this point, it's who knows. We were a big surprise when McLaren came in. You know,
Yeah.
when McLaren came in with Fernando, it was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And you know, I don't follow the IndyCar world as much as I do NASCAR. I do have an IndyCar team that I follow, which is the 51 Takuma Sato.
Go figure.
But you know, who knows? I don't know if Ferrari's ever going to go to IndyCar. I think the Dodge to NASCAR is a far more realistic and closer thing than what Ferrari's going on right now.
All I can say is if Dodge does come back, whoever runs Dodges is going to become my favorite team.
Now, and I will say this though, and I said that Fiat Chrysler owns Ferrari, and that is true. If this NASCAR thing does happen, who knows what that'll bring? That could be a slippery slope for them reaching into the American motorsports programs, including IndyCar, including, who knows, fucking NHRA, who knows? But can you imagine a Ferrari California Top Fuel?
Oh my God. That's
convertible and all.
Funny.
But who knows? Who knows what this could bring? I mean, this could be a huge stepping stone in Fiat Chrysler Association making a step back into American motorsports, and that's just good all around. That's good for everyone. So something to keep an eye on.
So, boys, thank you one and all for dropping in, and thank you out there, all who watched and commented and showed support. And hello, Replay Squad, we love you too. So we will let the week of racing transpire, and then we will congregate again next Monday. Same car time, same car channel, and we will break down the All-Star race and give our predictions for the 600s. So until next time, take care. Much love.
Fuck Goodyear.
God bless, and all the best.